Imagine walking into a job interview wearing sweatpants and a wrinkled hoodie. Now imagine walking into the same interview wearing a professional outfit. In both situations, you haven't said a single word yet, but the interviewer probably already has an opinion about you. As college students preparing for internships, presentations, and careers, the way we present ourselves can affect how seriously people take us. Today, I will explain how clothing and personal appearance influence first impressions and why artifactual communication matters in professional and academic settings. First, I will explain what artifactual communication is. Second, I will discuss research showing how clothing affects first impressions. And finally, I will explain why this matters for college students. Artifactual communication refers to the message people send through their physical appearance. This includes clothing, accessories, grooming, and overall presentation. According to the communication researcher Jones in the textbook Communications in the Real World, artifactual communication includes the messages people send through clothing, grooming, and personal appearance. Even before we start speaking, people often interpret these visual signals to make assumptions about personality, professionalism, and confidence. Now that we understand what artifactual communication is, let's look at how research showing how clothing actually affects people's perceptions. One study explored how clothing affects first impressions. Participants were shown of the same person wearing slightly different suits. In a study published in the Journal of Fashion Marketing and Management, researchers Origlio and Mayer found that participants rated the person wearing a better tailored suit as more confident and more successful. Even though the clothing differences were small, people still made the strong judgments about the person's ability and personality. This shows that appearance alone can influence perception. Psychology research also shows that people form first impressions extremely quickly, sometimes in just seconds. According to psychologist Leslie Zabrowitz, in the journal Current Directions in Psychological Science, people form first impressions rapidly using visual cues such as experience and facial features. Because these judgments happen so quickly, clothing can have a real impact in everyday situations. Understanding artifactual communication is important for college students because appearance can influence how others interpret us in many situations. For example, job interviews, classroom presentations, and professional environments. Employers, professors, and peers often form impressions quickly. While clothing doesn't determine a person's abilities, it can affect whether someone appears confident, prepared, or professional. Because of this, being aware of how clothing communicates can help us present ourselves more effectively. Today, we explored the role of artifactual communication in shaping first impressions. We discovered what artifactual communication is, how research shows that clothing influences perception, and why this matters in situations like interviews, presentations, and networking. Even though we might believe people shouldn't judge others by appearance, research shows that quick judgments based on clothing and visual cues are a natural part of human perception. So next time you walk into a classroom, a presentation, or a job interview, remember this. Before you say a single word, your appearance is already communicating something about you. And understanding that message can help you make a stronger first impression. Thank you.